Well, first I wanted to congratulate Phil just on just some milestones that he's hitting in his career. With 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, the double double. I think speaks a lot about not just him as a scorer, but what he can do from a rebounding standpoint and defensively, guarding the post and protecting the rim and from a defensive rebound standpoint as well. So I mean, doing a great job, and it's good to get that recognition because of the work he's putting in and what we're putting on him. So he's doing a great job of really responding.
Coach, Phil mentioned, you guys only have 6 games left in the regular season, then you get to tournament time. Kind of, how do you feel about where you guys are at right now?
Well, you kind of start feeling better offensively about what we're doing, and then we just felt like we had a little bit of just some slippage defensively from where we were heading to now, and we're playing a smaller lineup, and some of that's from a rebounding standpoint. So like we wanted to try to do more offensively to provide space for Phil to work, but put guys on the floor that are making more threes or have the ability to stretch the floor more. And honestly, the 5 guys that are out there taking the majority of the threes are at about a 38% group, or 38% as a group from 3. And so I think there's some really positive things offensively, but with that, it's a little bit smaller lineup, and so you've got to adjust rebounding and defensively, and so too many second chance points and opportunities the last few weeks, and we've got to get better at that. Guards need to do a better job. We talk about rebounding down and gang rebounding, and we stand too much. We just kind of assume maybe Phil or somebody inside's going to go get it, and we can't. We just need to be more aggressive that way, and so I think there's some things that can come together that we've seen signs of, but we've got these opponents in front of us with an opportunity these next 3 weeks to kind of improve that along with our offense and see if we can be playing our best here these next couple weeks.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned that maybe it gives you a smaller lineup, but what are some of the good things that adding Panoam into the mix has allowed for you guys?
His energy level. Bentiu just brings a kind of a lightning rod of just, energy, effort, and enthusiasm for us. And he does it coming off a long period of time where maybe that opportunity, and it goes into last year. There's always opportunities from practice. There's opportunities that you get, but when his opportunity really came on the floor, he just responded so well. And I think he's really taken off. It's brought some confidence to him. It's brought, I think, a good energy to our team. There's no doubt. I just, you can talk about Bentiu the player. What's amazing to me is Bentiu the person. Just not a lot of young people, or anybody for that matter. I don't want to just lump anybody into this. Not many people would fight through the way he has, and just kind of kept the right frame of mind. And he's such an incredible example for all of us as far as just fighting through adversity and not making it about him, but making it about his team. And I think when you do that, when your opportunity comes, maybe you're not holding on so tight or not trying so dang hard, you're just being who you are. And he sure took advantage of that. It was that weekend we played North Dakota State, and he's been getting a lot of time ever since then. And that's been part of our smaller lineup. He's really shown he can stretch the floor. It wasn't something we wanted to do necessarily from last year to this year, playing him at a 2. But that's kind of what we ended up doing, and it's more. I think it's helped him a lot. It takes he doesn't have the main responsibilities as a lead guard or point guard. He's been able to play off Tyree some, but then he could still dribble, bust, and go and play with great pace, and I think that helps not only our team, but it helps Tyree as well. Take a little bit of that load off him from an offensive standpoint. So, and I look at the game against South Dakota State when he defended Noah Friedel that second night. I think he held him to 5 points. He was kind of a pest to him, and just gave us a spark that way defensively. So he can do it on both ends. He's a little light, and there's some guards that maybe can take advantage of that, or some switches that he can get on to bigger guys that maybe people can take advantage of that. But, man, he's going to fight you. He's going to fight you the whole way. that's what's been such a good thing for our team.
What's his personality like?
Well, he's a very consistently upbeat, positive guy. You hear him on the court, you hear him in practice. You don't always just hear him when the guys are just kind of hanging out. He's not a loud and outspoken guy that way, but he's definitely got a great positive voice on the court during practice and during games, whether he was on the bench. What he does say, I think, has meaning. I think we all appreciate that. And I think his example is so incredible for all of us. But, yeah, he's not a guy that's he's just got a good positive vibe all the time going. And not just when things are going right for him. That's what separates him from 95% of the rest of us, not just players. He has a cool way of impacting guys even when maybe it's not his best day or things are going the best for him. So just can't say enough good things about him. We could stand here and talk about Bentiu and how I feel about him as a person for a long time, because he's really, not only has he proven it, but he's gone out there now and really backed it up with his play as well. So it's been fun to see.
Coach, this past weekend you saw a guard, you saw a couple players play at a really high level for your opponent. One of them was Colton Sandage night to night. Now you turn, and this week it's non-relenting in the schedule. You get another high-end scorer, Jace Townsend, as good as they come in the league. That's another challenge that's facing your group right in the front windshield here this week, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And go back to the Western Illinois and Colton Sandage and that team. If you were to go back the 3 previous weeks with Colton, you're going to find out from a statistical standpoint, he hardly played outside of the second half in the second game against USD. He was kind of a blip on the radar for them. And was more of a 2-guard than anything else. And I think Coach Jeter has continually tried to find ways to get their team better and hit the right buttons, and he definitely found the right button with Colton. I thought he responded and had a great weekend. That team was just starving for their first league win, and they played with great urgency. I would expect the same kind of urgency from Denver, because when you go through Denver film and you watch what they're capable of, almost, they played toe-to-toe with Earl Roberts 2 games. And they've got size, they've got athleticism, they got guys like Jace Townsend, Taylor Guyton that can really score as well, that can shoot it, they can stretch it. They got size that can stretch it. They got a great freshman in the Hines Jr., young guy that's really playing well. So, they present problems, and you just know dang well we're going to go out there and we're going to get their best shot. So, let's prepare for that. Let's not assume that this is going to be a game where we're going to come in and get 2 wins. We've got to go out there and earn it. And, I thought our guys played hard. I just thought there was a different level of urgency that Western Illinois played with. And I just think you can expect that. Conference games, but then those teams that are, they're just starving to get that, left column, slot there going. And so, we're not in any different position really. We're fighting for our lives as well. So let's go out and show that. We're practicing hard. Let's go out and show that. Let's not worry so much about our opponent and what their record is. Let's worry about us, and let's worry about bringing our best. And that's been our focus. That's, you can only say so many times, hey, these guys are a lot better than what their record is. So don't get caught up in that. And you gotta sometimes you gotta flush all that stuff and worry about, sometimes they say that, we have seen the enemy, and the enemy, the enemy is us. And I think we fall into that category a few times. And so we're going to get Denver's best shot. If we don't believe that, then we're fools. So let's prepare for that.